It is I, the Maize Madman. Good evening, good people. It is I, the Maize Madman. I'm here with my guy,
the Maniac,
my other guy,
your boy, Glitch Max.
and we welcome our special guest co-host tonight. None other, let's give him the stage, actually, none other than scientist, blogger, YouTube content creator, and doctor, PhD doctor, Dunbar, aka Big Discussions. How you doing, sir?
Good. How are you guys? I'm honored that you guys would invite me up. I wear several hats, and
author. I forgot about that.
Author. That's right. I'm gonna. May said I could show this toward the end.
Show it whenever you want to show it.
Once we get done with official business, this is official business that we're talking
Absolutely.
about. Amazing Blue.
Absolutely. We got a great show lined up. Like I was saying today, we're going to talk about it all, including your fears, Michigan fans, all of that today. Let's kick it off with, of course, the good, the bad, the ugly of Michigan's 5-point win over Purdue. Ladies and gentlemen, the Maize Madman, Maniac, and Kinetic proudly present to you the good, the bad, the ugly.
Wow, 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 wow. Yeah, I can't get wow. That just sounds like West Quad to me. I just can't get it out my head whenever I hear that.
Hey, Maize, I'll go last so that way the background noise will be fixed by the time it gets to me.
Yes, sir. Being that you're the guest, Doc, we're going to allow you to kick it off for us. What was good? What was bad? What was ugly for Michigan's 5-point win over Purdue this past weekend?
Yeah, I'll start with Jordan Marshall. He's by circumstance, he's been elevated to running back one. I like that battering ram style of running that he does. It's physical. You know, he can hit a home run. He's not as likely to hit it as Justice Haynes, but I think that's right on time for Ohio State coming in a couple weeks. So certainly he was our team MVP on Saturday. Lots of leadership. You can rally behind a guy like that. So that's the good. The bad, Bryce obviously missing McCulley in the end zone wide open, and then overthrowing some of his guys there in the first half, fumbling the ball out of bounds. The ugly, I got these penalty flags for someone who comes on my show and lets off 4 or 5 little words. So ugly. Sugar Hill for that pass interference call in the end zone, and also the Metcalf kid for putting Purdue in position to score that touchdown.
Yeah,
absolutely. Maniac, go ahead.
Yeah, man. Mine is very similar to the good Doc. I would say the running game in totality, right? Even Coolsdale has some good runs. We did see what was my freshman? Jasper Parker, right? He had a couple of carries, so that was good to see. The run game. The run game stays consistent. That is Michigan's staple. Has been what Michigan's identity for the last 4 years. So that was definitely the good. And Jordan Marshall, just to know, okay, maybe we won't miss Justice Hayes so much. So that was definitely good to see. The bad, it's the offense. The offense was bad. And you say, wait a minute, but you said the run game. Yeah, that's part of it. I'm talking about we already towards the end of the season, the third quarter, and the passing game is so inconsistent. So basically, Bryce has a lot to do with it. I love Bryce. I have no doubt he's going to do great things. But When he does great things, we call him out. When he does bad things, we got to call it out. We know he's a true freshman, but this is a new age of college football. This is a new age of sports. You are expected to come in and perform at a high level. That's the bottom line. Nobody wants to hear it. You said it yourself, Bryce, right? No one's never seen a freshman like me. He missed a lot of throws, 2 touchdowns. McCulley, what you said, Maize? He was doing jumping jacks in the
Jumping
corner,
jacks in the end zone.
jumping
Yeah.
jack. And then on the flea flicker, he had Marsh wide open. I mean, he got it to Marshall, but he never fumbles if he throws it to Marsh because that's a touchdown. So I guess that was the bad. And then the ugly is just the inconsistency of this team, man. The inconsistency is weak out. It's just ugly to me. Now, by it can also be a plus for us because it's just that's our identity. A scrappy team that's just going to play ugly, but just knows how to win. If that's the case moving forward, I'm not going to complain. But it's still ugly. I don't like the inconsistency. It's ugly to me.
No doubt. For me, I think everybody's good is probably the run game. I'm with you guys 100% on that. But specifically, I got to go with I got to agree with the doctor. Jordan Marshall really showed out. 184 yards on the ground, 7 yards a carry, 3 touchdowns. That's By the way, gentlemen, I don't know if you know this, but Jordan Marshall has more carries so far on the season than Justice Haynes by 3. He's just under him in yards. I think 100 yards or so separates the two of them. He's averaging 6 yards a carry, 5.9, basically 6 yards a carry, while Justice was averaging about 7.1. So he's having a phenomenal season himself, right? And if both of them were healthy, I think both of them would have crossed the 1,000-yard mark this season for Michigan, which would have been a great feat. It looks like Jordan will do that on his own now. Almost harken back to, when Blake went out 22 and Edwards came in, nearly got to 1,000 himself. So it's definitely been a two-headed monster, and Jordan Marshall really showcased himself against Purdue. That said, that's the good. The bad is obviously the missed opportunities, especially the ones deep down the field. He had Browder deep, that was a miss. He had McCulley deep, I believe twice, missed both. Now, granted, one of those I don't think McCulley gave a great effort on. The one that actually was in the end zone dropped a foot or two in next to him, not even in front of him, next to him. I think McCulley's got to sell out and help his quarterback at that point. But Bryce was still missing, right? And then for me, the ugly has got to be this infirmary that we're running in terms of the injuries, right? Barham went out of this one. McCulley left this one. Obviously, Justice Haynes didn't even play in this one. We had a smorgasbord of young linebackers because none of them played except for Hausman, right? So the injuries is the ugly for me. Go ahead, Liz.
All right. So for me, as many have known, I've been very critical on this defense all season. But I'm going to actually turn over a new leaf for this one. My good, I'm going to give it to the defense for generating key turnovers and made crucial 4th down stops, including a momentum-shifting sack and forced fumble from Derek Moore. I'm going to give him the good on this one. Now the bad, on the other hand, I'm also going to give to Bryce Underwood for struggling, throwing an interception and losing a fumble at the Purdue 4-yard line, both of which contributed to the close margin in this game. I think we're struggling with a lot of the growing pains with having a true freshman at quarterback, and it was definitely seen in this game. That's my bad. The ugly, this game as a whole was very marked by sloppy mistakes, inconsistent plays, and visible frustration from both players and coaches after a night that exposed flaws and depth concerns, especially heading into a tough stretch of games we have coming up. Luckily, we have a bye week to kind of help us recover a little bit, but it does make me very worried about that Ohio State game coming up.
No doubt. Lich, we definitely appreciate you, sir. We'll bring you back up to review Lich picks from last week. Everybody show some respect
Oh,
to Lich, man.
and before I go, if you guys want, I'm gonna be backstage pulling up messages and whatnot as the show goes. If you guys want to make sure and guarantee your message gets read, send it in the form of a super chat. That's the best way to make sure that somebody reads your message. Otherwise, it's going to be at their discretion. You want to force them to read something they normally wouldn't say? Super chat that thing. That's my pitch for the before I head down. Have a good show.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. By the way, as you're going down, bring up Johnny's super. Salute to the good doctor from one Johnny Olden Jr. Shout out to JOJ, who has his own channel. By the way, you should be patronizing that. And don't tell Johnny what to do on Johnny's live. All right. Let's move on. What we got next? Reason to worry, Michigan fans. Should Michigan fans be worried? My guy Maniac, who writes this show weekly, by the way, give him some respect too. He writes this show weekly. Maniac, I'm gonna let you kick this one off. This is your topic. What's going on?
Everybody jump off the bridge. It's over. It's burning. No, absolutely not. I wouldn't say it's worry. I think at this point, as Michigan fans, we have to understand what we have in front of us, who this team is. And this is what they were, what you see, dogfight. Unfortunately, I wouldn't say worry, but the injuries are worrisome. The injuries are worrisome because it's not like we an elite team, because we're not. And these are key players. You're talking about Jay Sean. You're talking about Justin Hayes. You're talking about Cole Sullivan. You're talking about Jimmy Roller. These are key contributors to this team. These are guys we need moving forward if we want to get to that next level, and that next level being the playoffs. How many of these players we get back for the last stretch of the season? I don't know. We know Justin Hayes is pretty much out, but I'm not gonna say it's time to worry. I know a lot of fans are panicking, but I'm not. I mean, when I'm watching the game, I am. And Maize and Johnny just probably tired of me. Like, yo, man, just shut up. But that's just the way I am. So I wouldn't say worry, man. I'm not. I don't think we should worry. We 7-2 with everything ahead of us. So as long as the injuries stay put, that's it. Nothing moving forward, then we're fine. But if them injuries pile up these next 2 weeks, I mean, the Northwestern Maryland, there's really panic. You know, there's going to be panic and something to worry about. But me, no worry.
No doubt. By the way, you guys participate in the chat. Are you worried? Do you think Michigan has a reason to worry? Let's go to the doctor. Doc, does Michigan have a reason to worry? Should fans be worried?
Yeah, for one thing, I would say, the team is 7-2, and since I've been watching Michigan football, down the stretch of the season, for some reason, sometimes the games do get a little bit ugly during this stretch, unless it's the national championship team, which very much was dominant down the stretch. But Michigan has had some knockdown, drag out games over the years, en route to a strong finish. Now I'm gonna piggyback off what Maniac said. Yeah, I want those linebackers back on the field. So because that front seven is the strength of the defense right now. The secondary is young. We see that week after week. So yeah, and I think by the time November 29th comes around, they're going to have to put some pressure on Julian Sand and flush him out and wrap him up. And I think that's my biggest concern right now.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna agree with both of you. I think there's some reason to be concerned, right? The offense not clicking is a huge reason to be concerned this late in the season, right? It's only 3 games left for Michigan to play, and the pass game and Bryce have been really inconsistent. Now, granted, as Litch alluded to earlier, Bryce is a true freshman quarterback. I think we need to remember that. I also think we need to remember what everybody was saying preseason, right? I know me and Maniac were saying this. This is a 2-loss team, right? And that's what we were 2 to 3 losses, by the way, what we were saying coming into the season. And I think people kind of lost sight of that once Michigan won a few games, right? Like, oh, you know what, we're going undefeated again. I feel like Michigan fans go from like here to here immediately, and by the way, vice versa, we go from here back to here immediately. But if you keep in mind what the thoughts were to begin the season, that we knew we were going to have a freshman quarterback, we knew there were going to be bumps in the road because of that, we knew that our best weapons really were unproven, right? Especially in terms of running, wide receiver. And we were going to have to lean heavily on the run game. All of the things that we knew coming into the season, and it has been true so far this season, right? And as the doctor alluded to, secondary is very young right now. No Rod Moore, who's been, in and out of the lineup, really out of the lineup. I think he's played 2 games, maybe 3 games. So when he plays, though, it shows, right? He is kind of the quarterback back there for these younger guys. But when he doesn't play, that also shows. If we can get Jair Hill to catch a couple of these balls, things could be different too. But yeah, there's reason to be concerned. Absolutely. I'm not saying 5 alarm though.
Hey, I have a question for you, Maize and Maniac. Shout out to my Uncle Ice down in Georgia. Are defensive backs taught to turn their head and find the ball these days? Because it seems like our defensive backs don't do that.
Yeah, yeah, and that no, and that's a great point, Big Doc, because that's been the case almost from week 1. That's been a concern. We're talking about turning around, right? That's technique, man. That's technique. You got to have that instinct as a cornerback. Once you see the eyes, you look, man, and it just seems like we are second or too late. And that's becoming pass interference. That has to change, because we know down the stretch on the 29th, there's going to be a team that's going to test that secondary. And if these guys are not, turning around, they're going to throw flags, man. I'm sorry. I could see that being a bias, going against Michigan. But regardless, that has to get better. Bottom line. Absolutely.
Yep. That's a fact. What we got next, Litch? Justice Haynes' injury. Does he ever suit up for Michigan again? Doc, what are your thoughts on this topic here?
Yeah, I was thinking about this on my commute home. I would say yes, he does, because he doesn't have a large body of work. What we saw looked really good. Mm-hmm. And then, next season, the players are going to be more mature. So, him not having that large body of work, and plus the team being exponentially better next season, I would say, yeah, he probably comes back.
Yeah.
Maniac, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, so this is like, I'm 50-50, right? Because of course, before the injury, we know that Justice Hayes was probably going to go to New York. He was probably end the season 1,300 yards, who knows how many touchdowns. Now, it's an interesting, because if he doesn't come back this season, which I don't think he is, unless he does some John Mateer stuff, got surgery and is back within 2 to 3 weeks since. But if Justice Hayes decides to come back next season, man, oh man, that running back room for Michigan next year is going to be scary good. But to answer the question, does Justice Hayes ever suit up for Michigan again? Man, it's tough. But with NIL, there's a strong possibility, and he's not going to be a first round pick. So you know what? Like Big Doc, I'm going, yeah, he comes back.
All right, so here we go. I'm going to disagree with both of you here. I think we might have seen the last of Justice Haynes. I agree. We haven't seen a lot of tape, but as Doc alluded to, the tape we have seen both at Alabama and at Michigan has been very impressive, right? That said, it's a surgery, which means I'm giving it at least a month before he can come back, which would put that at or after the game, right? Which then we really have to start. Now we got to start thinking logically here. If Michigan beats Ohio State, then okay, him coming back, the odds of that go up exponentially. If Michigan loses to Ohio State and we just play in the Pop-Tart Bowl, he's not coming back for that. So I think the odds are in favor of him not coming back. Not saying the odds are in favor of Michigan losing to Ohio State, but I'm just saying that as you get closer to as we get collect those wins on the way to Ohio State, the odds get a little better, and then getting to Ohio State, then they get better, right? But there's still work to be done to get to that point, which means I think we have seen the last of Justice Haynes, unfortunately. And we don't know the severity or the extent of said injury. They don't really share that, the Michigan brass, right? So even I'm guessing a month for a foot injury with this surgery at least. But what if it's 6 to 8 weeks? Then, I don't know, right? It puts everything in flux.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect him this season. I mean, because when you see on that little cart thing, I saw him come out on that little cart.
Yeah,
I said, okay, yeah, he must have hurt whatever that is. He must have hurt it really bad.
Yeah,
yeah,
no doubt. And what do we have? Oh, go ahead, Maniac.
Just real, I seen that Slade, the expectation, his comment. He said, plus I didn't like the way he pushed Samaj. I didn't see that. Well, anyone could just put me up to speed regarding that.
When did he's talking about the run where Samaj veered into his lane?
The machine. Bro, I would have pushed him too. Yo, you in my way. You trying to listen, man, Samaj, he out there working with the mob, man. I don't know what's going on that play, but yeah, man, it's unfortunate, man. He was just having such a great season, and to see him go down like that, it just sucks for us as fans. But hey, it is what it is, man. Next man up.
All right. Shout out to the Dom Father. Thank you for the $10 super chat. He says, gentlemen, will Michigan return from the final bye week focused and motivated as they did last year? I'm going to tell you, like I said earlier, I don't know if it was the post game, but I have no faith in Michigan after bye weeks at this point. I hope they do, though. I would really hope they do. And by the way, in terms of the pass game, it's not, they can't, I don't know if they can get worse. So really only up from Purdue and Michigan State, right? I do think it was a little disappointing coming off of that performance Bryce had against Washington to see him regress in this way the last couple of weeks. Really expected him to build on that performance. Instead, it looks like it's gone the other way. But to that, I'm kind of 50-50 after the bye week. Doc, what say you?
Yeah. Can you repeat the question?
He says, bring it back up, Litch. He says, will Michigan return from the final bye week focused and motivated as they did last year?
Yeah, that's interesting. You have to remember last season you had highly talented vets on both sides of the ball. So we don't know how all the young guys are going to respond, and we don't know if the vets that we do have are going to be out there at full speed. Right.
Yeah,
that's what I would answer that.
Go ahead, Maniac.
Yeah. So when you look at it, last season, right? After they second bye, we were just like, hey, it is what it is. They came out firing on all cylinders, put up 50 on Northwestern. By it wasn't a good Northwestern team, but we've never seen the offense look like that. Even against Arkansas State, they went ahead to beat OSU in Alabama. Can we get deja vu? I hope so. I'm kind of on the same boat with Maize at this point. My expectations is just in limbo. It's in the middle. Whatever. Just win. Just win. I don't care. No injuries and win. It could be 9-3. Final score against, I don't care. That means Michigan won. So Hopefully, man, like this team got to understand, yo, we can really do something really good this season. Like,
Right.
if I'm Jerome Moore, gentlemen, I would have gave my team off Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. 3 days off, my coaches and my players. And I'm saying, guys, when we come back Wednesday, bro, be ready. Tell your wife she ain't giving you no vagina. We in here. We locked in. It's over. We about to do. Yo, listen. You gotta go militant. You gotta go militant and let these players know, man. It's no time to be soft right now. So Northwestern is licking their chops, gentlemen. Trust me. They coming in looking at Michigan like fool. Like, oh, we gonna beat these dudes. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. Some people are lighter on their feet, Maniac. After anyway, let's let's shout out to G Boulder and the Dodgers. They won the World Series last night, if anybody didn't know. And it was pretty diabolical. After they won the World Series, Nike played that commercial with the Kendrick song. After beating the Toronto Blue Jays, by the way. But yeah, diabolical. All right, let's move on to our next segment. Third quarter season grades. We going position? Is that how we did it the last time?
Yeah, position group.
All right. By position group, we're gonna grade these position groups. All right. Based on after the midseason point to this point, or are we taking the whole season?
Since 9 games in. 9 games in.
9 games in. All right. Let's start with where we start. Offensive line. Offensive line.
All right.
Offensive line. Let's start there. Maniac, kick it off for us. What grade you give the offensive line?
I gotta give the O line at least a B plus right now. B plus because they are the anchor of this team right now. They're the ones. We're the reason we winning because of the running game. It's been so consistent week in and week out, and they're getting better. They're getting better. Even pass block, it's not the best, but it's gotten better. It's better than last season. That's for sure. And I think these guys are starting, to get this nucleus. So I'm going B plus for me. It's probably our best position group right now.
No doubt. I'll go next, Doc. For me, I'm gonna give it a C plus. Because I can't forget what was happening earlier in the season. I do think right now, though, they're playing better or as well as they've played at any point this season. I like the Blake Frazier change. Unfortunately, it came due to injury, but he's performed very well in that spot, especially his run blocking. I don't know if you've been paying attention to that dominant run blocking from Blake Frazier. So I'm gonna give it a C plus just because things happened before we got to this point. Doc, where you at?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Maniac on this. I'll give him a B plus. You have to remember at the beginning of the season we were expecting Babalola to play. Right. He didn't get to play, so Link got the start, and then Link went out, and then Blake Frazier went in, and they didn't miss a beat. So I don't think they are the biggest problem on this team.
Right, I agree with that. What position group we got next, Maniac?
Let's go running backs.
A plus, A plus plus.
I go A minus. Just to not be perfect, right? Just to not be perfect. I go A minus. I mean, hands down, Michigan probably, if healthy, has the best running back duo in the nation. Again, arguably, you could argue. I'm not saying this bar none, hands down, but you can make the argument. Definitely top 3 running back room in the nation. Our running backs are our everything, man. Hayes, he was our dog now. Jordan Marshall's picking up the slack. So without a doubt, running back room A plus. I like what I saw from Coulsdar. I like Jasper Parker when he run. He's young, but the future is absolutely bright for Michigan at the running back position. But so far, after 9 games, I'm going A minus.
All right, I'm going A plus plus. I would give them 4.6 if I could. And here's why. if you start for Michigan since the bowl game last season, if you start at running back for Michigan, play all of the game without getting hurt, you get 100 yards. That's just a fact. Can't get around it. The only time that didn't happen was when Justice Haynes started against USC, got hurt, didn't reach it. But I do believe, well, maybe did he get 100? Did Jordan Marshall come in and get 100? He got something.
No.
Maybe it wasn't 100. But the point is, you start and finish the game, you get 100 yards at Michigan. And if you're in that running back room, and that hasn't changed. Doc, what do you give us?
Yeah, I give them a A plus. In my opinion, our two team MVPs have come from that position group.
Yeah, I agree 1,000%. What we got next?
Perfect. That everybody A plus and in the chat. I like it. A minus, A plus.
Gotta be.
Yeah. Somebody, Sullivan got A plus.
Shout out Brett, man. Shout out my guy.
All right.
Brett.
This is, I already know where this is going to go. The wide receiver room. The wide receiver room. This is, I'm going to try to be critical, not trying to be too hard. I'm just looking at it. I have to go C minus, man. The wide receiver room, C minus. And what's so bothering is to see that these guys are talented. Again, no, they're not elite receivers, but these guys are talented. They could get open at times, but they can't catch the ball. They can't get separation. And week in and week out, we hear fighting with each other, arguing with each other, like what's going on, what the coaching staff is doing. Wide receiver room, C minus. Absolutely worst position group on the field on the offense.
Real quick, what the hell is a Z minus? Geez. Talk to us. Maniac, can you get us off this read this super for us?
Yeah. Super chat, J.R. Morris, thank you for the $9.99 super chat. Do you guys feel Bryce would be helped by being put under center for a package of plays, or is it too late in the season to try this? I really like Chip's plays design and calls. Bryce will get this. Well, he does play. He is under center a lot of the times. Most of our play action comes like that, or they roll him out, or he does it from the shotgun formation. So, I mean, I think we've been good. How we doing is just a lack of execution. And Bryce, again, not seeing the whole field in its entirety. You can't just lock in on one zone and that's it. Bro, these guys are open. So I think a lot of it, too, is Bryce and his development as a player in general. Like, you know the saying, you could bring the horse to the water, but you can't make him drink it. I know they tell you, Bryce, what are you doing? It's different when you out there.
No doubt. I agree. I agree with Maniac here. They've been under center a little bit. I would like to see them do a little more under center. I think it would help with the way defenses play us. Right? It's a different look. Let's do it more. It's a different look. Let's do some things out of it, even if it's turning around, handing the ball off. So that's where I'm at with it. But let's get back to the grades. I'm gonna give the wide receiver room a D as well. I saw my guy Goj, I think, gave him a D, and I agree with his other point. Would have been an F if it wasn't for number 4. Number 4 has lifted this room up tremendously. I'm gonna give him a D. Doc, what's your grade for the wide receivers?
Guys, I'm gonna throw a flag on the wide receiver group. And again, I'm gonna piggyback off what Maniac said. Part of what we're seeing is Bryce's development and plus the rotations that the coaches have decided to play. Samaj has been out there the entire time, hasn't really given us what we needed. Goodwin, shout out to Johnny. He can get open, but he can't bring the ball in. I think if it were me, I would throw more 50-50 balls towards McCulley when he's healthy. But overall, we just haven't gotten what we needed out of that group. So see.
That's a fact. Yep. All right. Where we going next?
So I'm gonna do this group as a and then the tight end group, right? I mean, being that obviously it's another receiving group, but tight ends, right? It's weird with the tight ends. It's not like they're dropping balls. They just not getting put in. It's either 1 week they part of the offense, 1 week they're not. 1 week they part of the offense, 1 week they're not. So it's kind of really hard to get a real good feel of the tight end room. But I'm gonna go C plus, just a C plus. With the exception we've seen though when they do get the ball, they do good, but it's just not consistent. So for me, the tight end room is a C plus. To me, they've been better than the wide receiver group as a collective group. Of course, Marsh is our best receiver, tight end or receiver, but I'm just talking about as a group, as a whole. I'm going C plus for our tight end room.
No doubt. Good doctor. What we giving the tight ends?
Yeah, I'm going to give him a B. I really liked when Tonelli and Zach Marshall got in there. It looked like a little bit like Colston Loveland and AJ Barner and Schoonmaker. And they looked like they were giving the team more than Marlon Klein gave, but it seems that Marlon Klein is the best run blocker, and that's getting precedent over everything else. So I'd give it.
Yeah. And you're right about that. Marlon Klein, the best run blocker by a mile, it would seem. But that said, I'm going to give them a C, just a solid C. And that's because they've been banged up too. No Hogan Hansen really all season. Marlon Klein in and out of the lineup. He made a good play last week. And as soon as he made that play, he was injured. Tony Elliott and Marshall do seem to be the only mainstays. And I agree with the doctor that when they get in and when they catch the ball, it does look good. But I'm gonna give them a solid C for right now, just because, heck, there's just no consistency there in terms of who's playing. But that's my grade for them. Let's go. Let's move on. What's the next group?
All right. So before we move on to the defensive group, so the offense as a whole, we graded every position. How will we grade the offense as a whole after 9 weeks, man? I'm gonna I'm gonna say about and I'm probably being generous, man, because of the run game. I'm gonna go a B. A lot of people might not agree with me, but I'm gonna go a B, just a regular B. B minus. Let's do B minus for the offense as a whole.
Yeah, I'm gonna give the offense as a whole a C plus, because I think the running back room really lifts them up. But yeah, the rest of the offense and the offensive line has played well too. So C plus for me.
I will say C plus as well. I think there's a disconnect somewhere in terms of what they're scheming and what the plays they're calling, and putting Bryce in the best possible position as a freshman. So I think the coaching staff is rolled up in there somewhere. So I'll give it a C plus. The running game has been stellar, but the rest of it, not so much.
Yeah. No doubt. All right, we flipping sides of the field.
Correct. So now we're moving on to the defensive side of the field, guys. Thanks for everybody in the chat, man, participating. Now, defense. Now, this is where it gets really interesting, right? All right, let's start in the trenches. Michigan's D line. Listen, man, I was told by a certain person, he's a Buckeye fan. I told him about Derek Moore. They laughed at me. They mocked me. It's like, who? My guy is tied for first in the Big Ten in sacks with 8.5. I'm just saying. But anyway, Michigan's D line, I'm gonna go B. I'm gonna go B plus, man. B plus, because yes, the last couple of weeks, the rush defense hasn't been getting cooked, but it could be better. I didn't like the holes. Michigan State, they had a running back run for over 100 yards. Purdue as a team rush for 100 yards. I just didn't like it. But I think we're talking about 9 games. We're not just talking about the last 2. But definitely B plus for that Michigan D line, man. I think, if we're going to do good things at the end of the season, it's going to come down to them. So B plus for me for Michigan's D line.
All right. Good doctor. What we giving the Michigan defensive line?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the B plus as well. It's tough to follow up Kenneth Grant and Mason Graham, but I
That's a
also
fact.
think I think coaching is rolled up in here somewhere as well. Because shout out to Coach Vance Bedford, Wink hasn't chosen, or whomever's making the choice, that solid four yet. So it's hard to form that chemistry and just form that continuity if you haven't established who that first four is. But overall, I think since he's gone away from the blitz heavy packages, I think they've gotten good pressure on opposing quarterbacks.
Great
No
point.
doubt.
Great point.
For me, I'm gonna give them a B, solid B. I think they, like you brought up about Derek Moore, absolute killer. He's what we thought he would be before the season, rounding into that, especially the last 4 or 5 games. Um, and then Barham, I mean, if it was just about rushing the passer, he would get a much higher grade out of me. But he's a little undisciplined in other areas like contain and stuff like that, right? Setting the edge and that sort of thing. But he's pretty good. TJ Guy starting to round in the shape a little bit too. The interior of the defensive line, like the doctor said, it's hard to replace Kenneth Grant and Mason Graham, and we're seeing that. But I'm gonna give him a solid B.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. And it looks like Ray Sean Benny, man, he's starting to come on as well, man. If he could start get going, man, things it gets spooky for the other team, man. So that's the D line. Moving on to the linebackers. And this one is interesting, right? Because again, very athletic, very good players. But again, I'm gonna go very similar. I'm gonna go B minus for the linebacker group. And the reason is that we start Hausman, right? I think he started it was something about him early in the season. Maize, we spoke about it. We was in the chats, you was very vocal, like, yo, what is he doing? Now he's starting the ball out. We saw Jimmy Roller. They come in on their own. Cole Sullivan, he's been our best linebacker until the injury, of course. So I'm going, listen, man, them linebackers, they didn't cause us no game. So I'm going B plus, man, for them as well.
Um, I'm gonna give the linebackers an A,
Okay.
maybe A minus, A
Okay.
minus, A. I'm gonna give them an A because those three, right? Hausman, Rolder, Sullivan, dominant. Period. And then when you throw, if you want to throw Barham in there, who has really become kind of an edge rusher. They tried to move him back to linebacker last night, and that lasted for about 3 plays before he was in the infirmary. But those three guys, Sullivan, Rolder, Hausman, have been dominant. I'm gonna give them an A minus. Doc, what are you giving them?
Yeah, I'm going to give them a B. I think once Wink came out of that those blitz heavy packages, I think
Mhm.
they've all come on, especially Rolder and Sullivan, and it's unfortunate that they've gotten hurt. But I think they've done what we needed them to do. Hey, Cameron Brand, what position is he?
He's a DN.
He's the DN. Okay, okay.
I saw him play some linebacker last night too.
Yeah,
Actually,
they do
yeah.
use them. They do use them in weird packages, But he's listed as a DN, but they do move him around on the field.
Okay, I'll save this comment till the end.
All right. What we got next?
All right. So now we're ending it with the secondary. And this is another position group, right? There's just it's kind of hard to grade because they haven't been bad, they haven't been great. They just been in between. But they can be an elite secondary. Good Doc mentioned earlier about these guys not turning around. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go just a solid. I'm gonna go C plus for the secondary. I might be a little harsh, but I'm going C plus. That's just those inconsistencies was not turning around the defensive pass interference. So, and I'm talking about as a season as whole. I'm going C plus for my secondary. And they filling each other out too, man. A lot of rotation going on. So sometimes it's hard to get that continuity within that position group. But C plus for me for the secondary. But I think, they a solid secondary, just to say the least.
Yeah. Good Doc. I'm gonna let you go next. What are we giving the secondary?
Secondary's getting the flag, man. The Sugar Hill dropping all those pick sixes.
Oh my
Oh
God.
man.
The pass interference calls, not turning your head to find the ball, but you can probably attribute that to coaching. Your elder statesmen back there are Zeke Berry and Rod Moore, who hasn't played as much. But I think one of the bigger things is, and this might be coaching again, the run fitting and also the tackling.
Yeah.
The tackling in space that was critical to our national championship team.
Yeah.
And then there was one more, just playing undisciplined,
Yep.
and that's probably attributed to the coaching staff. But as a group, there's a little ways to go there.
Yeah, I agree with this, man. I'm gonna give them a C minus too, and it's because of everything the doc said. Look, are they talented? Yes. In fact, I can make an argument that Jay Sanders, the true freshman corner, has been Michigan's best technical corner all season. Although Jair Hill he's been there, he just doesn't catch the ball. And he gets a lot of flags. He doesn't turn his head. There's some things to work out. There's that. But here's where it bothers me the most with the secondary is the missed tackles. The open field and missed tackles is killing this secondary, right? Mostly in like run support. I see it a lot, but the missed tackles, and I'm not going to name names because I got in trouble by a member of this secondary's mother, so I'm not going to call out any names. But the missed tackles is a huge part of why I got to give this group such a harsh grade. And Doc alluded to this too. This is probably Michigan's most undisciplined group, which is kind of a knock on Lamar Morgan, who I like a lot, actually. But this is Michigan's most undisciplined group on the field on either side of the ball, in my opinion. And I'm not talking about undisciplined in technicalities, although turning your head is a pretty big technicality too, or getting your head turned around. But I'm talking about everything else after the play. They are undisciplined and things like that. So that's what I'm going to give this group right now, a C minus, because of all of those things.
Okay. All right. So now that we broke down all three position groups on the defense, now it's to give the defense a grade as a whole. I'm gonna go B, just a straight B for me with the defense. It could have been a B plus, but the way we got manhandled at Oklahoma and USC, I just didn't like that. So I'm gonna go B for me.
Yep, I agree with this grade. B for me too for the defense. It's a lot to like about the defense. And they've bailed Michigan out some, right? Even against a team like Purdue, they probably helped us a whole bunch, actually. So I'm gonna give them a B. Doc, what we giving the defense as a whole?
Yeah, I'll give the defense as a whole. I'll give it a B. Aside from, you gotta deduct points for the Oklahoma game and USC. USC was more of the run fits and just players not being on the same page, but also they've got to, when you get the quarterback in your arms, you got to wrap him up and pull him down. And
yes,
that Mateer, that touchdown throw, that long completion that he made that put them in position to go up even further. he was if the player just wrapped him up, they wouldn't have made that play. So
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Those will kill us against Ohio State. Yeah, very much.
Yes, sir. Shout out to my guy Toast. Toast, not next weekend because we got somebody, a special guest next weekend. But the following weekend, you should come up, be a special guest co-host. We'll talk about it though. All right. Let's move on. Final.
Real quick. The last one.
Oh,
the special teams. Special teams.
And we didn't talk about the quarterback either, but let's get to it. What are you giving special teams? F
special
for me.
Teams. You're getting a D. We getting a D. D for me straight. I ain't gonna say it's not gonna sound right. Just a D.
Right. You got a pre-pause? Was that a pre-pause?
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna say it now, Pop. Say it. They get straight D from me. That's it.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Sorry, Doc.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I was thinking, is any other team in the country returning kicks? Because for us, we're not getting any explosiveness on the returns.
Nothing horrible. Second, I would even Savada's missing kicks. It's bad.
Right.
This second, this is one of the worst special teams units I've seen Michigan have in a long time, and I'm gonna be sick if they the reason we lose a game down the stretch.
Yeah, and it looked like the Hollenbeck, some of his punts were getting tipped.
They were.
I'm not gonna call out any names, but yeah.
Well, guys, I I see where the clock is, but are we going to love on the coaching staff a little bit? Just really, really quickly. I'm not going to throw a flag, but they're going to get the whistle. The coaching staff.
Oh, we could grade them. Go ahead. You know why?
Yeah. Okay. So I'll grade them. I'll give them a B- because some of the game planning and the scheming. Wink was going blitz heavy in the first part of the season. It doesn't really seem like, in terms of Rice in the passing game, they're not positioning. It's a combination of his inexperience, but it seems like in terms of scheming him, they're not positioning him and the wide receivers to be as effective as they could be. And then just the penalties, the discipline and the penalties in the defensive backfield. It seems like, when we were good, we were for the most part disciplined and penalty free. So there's something there that they're not doing.
Yep, I agree. Maniac, go ahead. What are we giving them?
Look, C- for me, coaching staff. This team, with the exception of the Washington game, name me a game that this team came out ready to play. Man, they look fired up. Absolutely not. The same mistakes over and over, week in, week out. C+, hands down, man. I'm very disappointed in this coaching staff because all these guys were here last season, just for the most part, and now we shouldn't be looking the way we look, man. So no.
Well, the other thing is I made this point on my show. Sharon was a part of the complete meltdown, and he was a part of the rebuild. So if you were part of the rebuild and you saw everything, all the moves that were made, you saw everything that was tightened up and fixed, you should have a nice blueprint for how to do that again or how to prevent a drop-off. Now, you're going to have inexperienced players. You have to teach them up, coach them up. But it seems like Sharon, since he was a key part of the rebuild, he should know what to do. And it's not clear that he's known what to do.
Yeah. So for me, I'm gonna give the coaches a C+, C. I'm gonna give them a C. Here's the thing. When Sharon took the job last year, everybody praised his coaching hires, right? Everybody loved the Wink Martindale hire. Kirk Campbell, I'm not sure that we loved it, but he was here. He was the quarterback coach before. It was cool. The position coach, Lou Esposito, I was one that raised an eyebrow at first, but then he started recruiting, and I was like, oh no, I like this guy. Lamar Morgan, the same. got a lot of respect from Michigan fans because of what he was able to do on the trail, what he's been able to do on the trail. Tony Alford had a rough start, but boy, maybe I'm not going to say he's the best, but certainly has really gotten it in gear for Michigan at that position. So the hires were praised a season ago. We went through the season, we had the season we had, and then everybody started questioning those hires, right? For me, I think I still like the hires. Chip Lindsey. The jury's still out for me personally. I know a lot of people like Chip Lindsey and what he was able to do at other places. I'm not necessarily sold on Chip Lindsey, but I'm also not out on Chip Lindsey. Wink Martindale, we have a weird relationship. I'll just say that. But I'm gonna give the coaching staff a C overall. And quarterback development is one of those things that I mentioned this before. We need a dedicated quarterback coach. No more of this integrated offensive coordinator, quarterback coach. We need somebody dedicated to coaching quarterback. That's it. All right. Let's move. Next up, we have Big Ten Power Rankings. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody's favorite part of the show where we rank all the Big Ten teams. It was a doozy last week. Maniac wasn't here celebrating his birthday. But here we go. All right, Doc, this is how this works. We have the worst. This is the bottom where the worst team or teams in the conference belong. Bad teams above them, mid teams above that, good teams, and then finally elite. Who is the worst team in the conference, gentlemen?
That's either Purdue or Wisconsin. I mean, but I'm gonna go Wisconsin. Wisconsin has to be the worst. I'll put Purdue right behind them.
Yeah, Purdue can be in there too. Purdue and Wisconsin, worst teams in the conference. Funny thing is, both of them gave Michigan a decent game. I'm just saying. All right. Bad teams. Doc, who's a bad team in your opinion?
A bad team. Well, let's go little brother.
Poor little bro Nim.
Go Cal. Yeah.
Poor little bro Nim is a bad football team. I'm going to go ahead and put UCLA in this group as well. This is a bad football team. Maniac, who you got?
Yeah, let me see who I could put in there. This is bad, right?
This is bad.
Rutgers is
a bad football team. Maybe a surprise to some, but Penn State, bad football team at this point. All right, let's move on to mid. Oh, go ahead, Maniac.
I think, all right. All right. No, I think I was going to probably say Maryland. Maryland might be a bad team.
Is Maryland worse than Nebraska?
Let's put a mid.
Is Maryland mid? All right. Is Nebraska mid?
Yes.
Yeah, they're 6-3 and
all right.
Actually, no, they're overall 6-3.
Yeah,
3-3 in conference.
Okay, what's Maryland's record in conference?
1-4.
1-4. I'm not sure that's a mid. I think that's a bad team.
I think that's a bad team too.
That's a bad team.
Let's put them back. Yeah.
All right. So Minnesota reeks of mediocre. This is a mid team. I really think this is a bad team, moonlighting as a mid team, but I'm gonna put them there. Northwestern is very mid.
Yes, without a doubt.
Illinois.
Yeah.
Illinois is mid.
Yeah, the crazy thing is they'll probably beat us.
Hey, Iowa might be the poster child for mid, but what do y'all think?
I'll give them good for now.
Iowa,
they're 4-1 in conference, so
they're playing good.
No, they always seem to do this, man. This doesn't Indiana struggled already with them. Somebody else has to play them, right? Oregon, does Oregon need to play them?
Yes, Oregon goes to Iowa.
See, that's gonna be interesting. All right. So are we saying they're mid or good?
I'm gonna put them as good for now. Me personally. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if y'all agree.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll co-sign that.
All right. So Michigan, are we mid or are we good?
Guys, I'm gonna undersell. I'm gonna
Gotta
give
be
them
good. We based on what we're doing in the Big Ten, we're good. But based on how we looking, we mid.
Let's leave
But
Michigan for now. Let's come back to Michigan. Washington, are they good?
Washington's definitely a good team, without a
And
doubt.
USC is a good team.
USC is a good team, probably the best of the good teams.
Okay. All right. And then the elite teams, nothing has changed, right?
Yeah, or is
The other
Ohio
state-
State, Indiana, and Oregon.
I'm starting to think Oregon's mid, but
They getting good. I think if they lose to Iowa, then yes, we're gonna have to revisit this.
I'm sorry, good, not mid, but good. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Slade says 7-2 is good.
Yeah,
Corey
so
says we're good.
yeah, we're going to good team.
Michigan is good.
Yeah. We in limbo. I agree with that. But I'm gonna, based on Big Ten rankings, I mean Big Ten record, I'm gonna put us as good.
Yeah. All right. I want to put Oregon down in good too, but I'll leave them there. So this is how we have it. These three have been elite all season, pretty much. Followed by USC, Michigan, Iowa, and Washington as the good teams, mid teams, Northwestern Nebraska, Illinois, Minnesota, bad teams, the Terps, Penn State, never sending the Nittany Lion to do a Wolverines job, by the way, Rutgers, UCLA, and poor little Brodnum. And then, of course, the worst teams are Purdue and Wisconsin, who gave Michigan all they could handle. And that is the big power rankings this week, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Real quick, we're gonna go over this really quick because we are on the edge in terms of time here. It's not as late as I thought it was, but we'll get through this as soon as I can find this top 25 AP top 25. We're gonna go through it real quick. You're gonna tell me what you don't like, if anything. I'll tell you right now, I don't like Michigan at number 1 again. I mean at number 21 again.
Yeah.
But there's that. As soon as it comes up. All right, here we go. I'm going to share this. We'll talk about it briefly. I thought we were going to share it. There we go. All right, you guys can see that?
Yeah.
All right. Ohio State, the number 1 team in America. Do we have a problem with that?
No, I don't.
No.
I don't have a problem with this at all. Followed by Indiana, Texas A&M, Alabama, then Georgia. This look like the top 5 to you guys?
Definitely looks like the top 5 to me.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
I can make, and I'm just playing devil's advocate, make an argument for Texas A&M to, at the very least, well, actually, I'm not going to make this argument because I can't put them over Indiana at this point. All right, everything looks good. Everything's good there. 6 through 10, Oregon, Ole Miss, BYU, Texas Tech, Notre Dame at number 10. You guys all right with that?
Not Notre Dame at 10. Absolutely not. I don't think they're a top 10 team. Maybe a top 15. You can make the argument, but hey, Notre Dame is a big brand. There's a lot of favoritism when it comes to these rankings, so it is what it is. That's the only one I would say I will argue is Notre Dame at 10.
Okay, Doc, you like this 6 through 10?
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Maniac.
Yeah, I do too. Have a problem with Notre Dame here. Notre Dame lost the best two games on their schedule. They're being rewarded with a top 10 selection here, I would put Oklahoma over Notre Dame.
And just real quick, Maze, not and they struggled against a 1-17 last week in
Right.
Boston College.
They
They
did.
put in the fourth quarter. So Pitt gonna end their playoff hopes in a couple of weeks. I promise you.
And this is why it's crazy because you're like you said, they struggled against a 1-17. Michigan, of course, struggled with Purdue, but we didn't get rewarded for that struggle, and it looks like they are. But we move on. Oklahoma, Virginia, Texas, Louisville, and then Vanderbilt round out the top 15. You guys good with that?
Oklahoma, Virginia, Texas, Louisville, Vanderbilt. Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with that. Vanderbilt loss. Louisville was struggling early. They won. Texas, they just keep finding a way to win games. Which they beat Vanderbilt. Virginia went to Cali. They beat Cal. And Oklahoma, big night game at Tennessee. Man, that was a big win for them. So I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
No doubt. By the
Yeah.
way, I don't think we read Johnny's super chat back
Oh.
when we were doing this, but he said we're talking football, no pause. Thank you for the $2 chat. You know, Johnny be feeling away about the pause game. All right, Georgia Tech. I'm sorry, I'm Doc. I didn't get your view.
No, I was just gonna say salute to Texas because they fell all the way down and they worked
They did.
themselves.
They
back
have
up.
fought back.
Oh,
They have
Yeah.
fought back.
Yeah, and real quick, Texas still has Georgia and Texas A&M in their schedule, so they got 2 games against top 5 teams remaining. If they
2
could win those
opportunities.
games, then so it's going to be interesting how
If
it all
they win
plays.
those 2 games, they're in the playoff.
Absolutely, you can't argue that.
1000%.
You can't
But if they
argue.
lose either of those 2 games, they're out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
So there's that. All right, Georgia Tech, Utah, Miami, who all of a sudden is doing Miami things. Missouri and USC are 15 through 20, 16 through 20. I'm sorry, we got a problem with any of this.
No, Georgia Tech falls from the battle of the unbeatens.
Yep.
And since they beat them, Utah game of the week, which Josh didn't pick. They clothesline Cincinnati.
I
Miami,
picked Cincinnati. It was stupid.
SMU beat Miami. Missouri, I don't know if they played last week. I don't recall. And
I don't either.
USC won a fist fight on the road versus
Against Nebraska, right?
Yeah, so yeah, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with that list.
USC jumped Michigan, by the way, which I mean they do have the same record and they did beat us at the head. I'm not mad at that. Doc, what do you think about this 16 through 20?
No, I don't really have any disagreements there. I will segue into our role by saying that if Michigan hadn't struggled, the way they had, I think the AP would have rewarded us.
Yeah,
moving us up. But that's we win the game how we win the game, so that shows what they think about us.
No doubt. And then finally, rounding out the top 25, the Wolverines of Michigan, the Tigers of Memphis, the Sooners, although the Sooners did beat them, the Volunteers of Tennessee, the Huskies of Washington, and the Bearcats of Cincinnati. Are we cool with this?
Yeah, I mean, it's very, hypocritical of these AP polls, right? Because we're not living in the BCS era where style points matter, right? Is when and that's that. So it just seems certain teams, well, you struggle against this team, so you shouldn't move up. But if another team does it, it's okay. But look, Michigan just win at this point. Michigan, we struggle against Purdue. Memphis, they beat Rice on Friday. Tennessee lost to Oklahoma. Washington had a bye, and Cincinnati got crushed by Utah. So I'm all right with this list, man. Hey, at least we got a rank win, guys. We got a rank win. Washington is ranked, so that's good.
Doc, what do you think about this?
Yeah, I don't really have any disagreements. You know, Tennessee had the loss against Oklahoma. Um, yeah, I don't really have any disagreements here.
Okay, I'm with you guys. Michigan got to do better. If you knew better, you do better, and we'd probably be better. Uh, I just messed up that Loaded Lux quote, but yeah, I'm okay with it. This looks good to me. All right, we are at the point in the show. We did the AP. Let's bring Lich back. Lich, you're back with us, Lich.
Hello.
We're gonna go over your Lich picks from last week. See how you did. I hope I have
Stat
them.
line
I
right
think
now.
I have them.
Well, I know that I missed on Bryce's. I know that one for sure.
You definitely missed on Bryce. That's for sure. But here we go. I got it.
All right.
Lich picks, ladies and gentlemen. Only Lich can do this. There you go. Can you see that?
Yep. So I had Bryce thrown for over 220 because I figured it's Purdue. We shouldn't struggle against Purdue, as most people thought. Well, I was clearly wrong because Bryce didn't even get close to 200 yards. Bryce got 145 yards, so he ended up going under what we thought what I predicted he was going to get. He only got 145. But yeah, 145 yards, but he did do a decent job on completion. Andrew Marsh was also wrong on that one. Andrew Marsh only got 25 yards. I predicted he would get over 70 because I figured Marsh was going to be Bryce's target this week. I was wrong. Samaj Morgan, we hit that one. Samaj didn't get
You
a
didn't
single
jump out
yard.
of the window. You always pick one of these softies. You know this was not gonna happen. But all right.
Hey, I had thoughts that maybe he might actually catch the ball this week and prove me wrong.
Yeah.
But he just continues week after week to prove me right, and that's what I like about Andrew Marsh. Or sorry, not Andrew Marsh, but Samaj Morgan. I apologize for putting that on Marsh. It was on Morgan. Marsh usually proves me right too, but Morgan usually does. Derek Moore, he exceeded expectations.
He did.
We predicted he would get 1.5 sacks or more. He got 2 sacks.
Very nice.
Justice
That's
Haynes.
supposed to be Jordan Marshall. That's my fault.
Yeah.
And he got over this, by the way.
Jordan Marshall, he stepped up in a big way with the absence of Justice Haynes in this game. He got 185 rushing yards, and he actually looked really good as running back run one doing it. Like, we needed him to step up for this game, knowing that Haynes wasn't going to be in, and I think he did a phenomenal job doing that. Especially with the other issues that we had on our offense and defense, I think Marsh really kind of helped us stay in the game.
Yeah, well, you hit on 3 of 5, so hey, that's good.
Well, I can always count on Samaj Morgan to be my easy dub,
Which is ridiculous. You got to stop putting Samaj on this list. All right, let's get to closing remarks. We're gonna first, Lich. Let's start with you. Tell the people where they can find you, what you got going on.
All right. Well, you can find me obviously right here on the Best Michigan Podcasting Show on YouTube, the Maize Madman, on Maize Out Mondays. I produce the show in the back. I also host your favorite segment of the whole show other than Maize's intros, and that is Lich Picks. You can also find me at LichMax626 on all platforms. If you can't find me, I'm probably not there. You can also find me over on Fridays at the Gamers Sideline between 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time start time for Football Fridays with Kinetic. And that's what I got going on so far.
Yes, sir. We appreciate you, Lich. Stay right there. All right. Today's special guest, again, scientist, doctor, author, blogger, content creator right here on YouTube. The one, the only Mr. or Doctor. I'm sorry. Doctor. I almost called you Mr. Dr. Dunbar. Tell the people what you got going on, sir.
All right. First of all, Maize, thanks for inviting me here. I feel like I'm a made man. Now that I was able to come on with you guys. Yeah, I cover the Wolverines. Our time. We carved out some space for ourselves on Wednesday night. Me, Marmar, Dom stops through, Pen Game stops through, Kinetic stopped through, Maize, Maniac can stop through. So the name of my channel is Big Discussions 76 Sports. I don't know which way this is gonna show on YouTube, but Big Discussions 76 Sports. Please give me a sub if you're not. Sometimes you see me pop up on Johnny's show. I don't always get to do it because I'm running errands on a Sunday. But you'll see me with the guys. I am a self-published author. I wrote a sports-related book, The Engineers, a Western New York basketball story. It's a story about what sports teach you about life as a young person. For me, that was basketball, growing up in the Buffalo, New York area. And Coach Harbaugh, the Fab Five are in here because when I had dreams of being a basketball player, that's when the Fab Five were breaking in and onto the scene. So I think you guys will enjoy this. J.R. Morris, he purchased a copy. Please consider getting a copy for yourself or maybe for someone for the holiday. The ebook, the hardcover, the paperback are available on Amazon. I'm selling signed copies myself at a discounted price for the YouTubers. 25 for the hardcover, 22 for the paperback. I don't know if I'm wrenched, but I can leave the link in the chat if people want to go.
Yeah.
All of the directions are there. I can create a coupon code for you guys if you want to purchase a copy. Just reach out, and the way to pay with Cash App, PayPal, Zelle, and Venmo are on that site. I'll drop a link.
You in the portal?
I'm in the what? Okay,
No, you're good. There you go.
Okay, so guys, the link is here. I flash it on my show every week. So consider purchasing a copy. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That was the good Dr. Dunbar. I can't get him down now. This happened last week too. There we go. All right. Maniac, tell the people what you got going on, where they can find you.
Yes, sir. Well, first of all, I want to thank Doc for coming through. My brother is really appreciated. You just heard him, man. I got to get myself a copy of that book. Got to support my fellow Michigan brothers. He also got a nice channel going on. So whenever he's on, if you got time, just, swing on by, say what's up. You can find me right here, GoBlue_Maniac_24 on Instagram. Also, make sure you go to my YouTube channel and hit that button that says subscribe, because your boy be cooking recap previews and recap videos. I'll start doing some more shorts once the season gets closer to the end. But yeah, man, and of course, every Monday here as the co-host with my brother, the Maize Madman, and Lynch Mac. So here you have it.
Yes, sir. And follow me everywhere at Maize Madman. I gotta thank Dr. Dunbar for joining us tonight. It was a great show. You got a good one because you got to do the third quarter grades and all of that. So it was great. We got a private message here. I don't know if that's from Litch or whoever here. Hold on.
I'll drop my link back there.
Okay, yeah. I'll put that let's put that up first of all. Let's do this. And then we'll also drop that in the chat for the people. There we go. So you see it there, ladies and gentlemen. We'll also drop it here for you. There you go. Be sure to
so you can see the cover. Scroll down.
Yes, sir.
There you go. That's the pretty cover I designed.
There we go. I like it.
All right.
The Engineers, a Western New York basketball story, part 1. Innocent basketball dreams. Shout out to that. All right. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, you know the slogan. Stay angry, my friends. I'm upset.
Ladies and gentlemen, this might be our best season ever. My ratings, they're about to go through the roof.
All right, now I'ma calm down. So I just don't get that all that Maize and that lock and all that. I just don't get it. So and how the
Oh my God, we're shutting the damn live down. Good night, everybody.